Get in your smile.
All right. Oh, I need my chair too. So, don't feel like pressured or nothing because I'm gonna edit it. So
Okay.
it'll be like Devin will probably show up in like 20, 30 minutes. Like people will probably filter in and out and all this. So
I'm going to speak straight to Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine. Then I'll do this occasionally. Give
we
you the
in the
side
frame
eye.
enough? Can you see me on there?
You got index cards.
I got some cards.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah,
you wrote them?
Yeah,
I
she
like
wrote,
that.
She wrote some stuff just so I could like.
That's very good. That's very random.
Mhm.
Very like, oh, wasn't expecting this topic. Right?
So today's Dylan +1 is my dad James. Boom boom, clap clap clap.
Do I need to clap?
You can clap if
For
you'd like.
myself?
The Kings have started.
Yes, they have.
And I have no way of watching it. So I have not. I haven't actually. I watched the highlights from the first game. Yeah, I like it actually. Where'd you get that one?
Gabby got it for me for Christmas.
I like
it, and I haven't worn it yet, and I saved it for a special occasion,
crisp and white,
like today.
What do you think so far? I only watched the little clips, but
no, we've talked. So DeMar DeRozan is a new addition, right? First 2 preseason games, he's been on fire. He first game went 6 for 6 in the first half, 15 points, didn't miss a shot,
which is insane.
Yeah, and I don't know did you see any of the highlights yet?
I saw some of them, yeah.
So he just was hitting his standard mid-range, just money.
Yeah.
It's just his thing, right? Fox and Sabonis have been carrying this team for the last couple of years. Well, now we have a third player who is a tier 1A to Fox's 1.
Okay.
Right? So they are like, he's up there.
Yeah. 2 years ago, I think I went to like 23 games.
You went to a lot of games.
I went to a lot of games. Yeah,
I went to a lot of games.
That was the best season to go to all those games. That was their climb. And what's so cool too is telling people the story of us going to the game 1 playoff game.
Yes.
People are like,
which is amazing.
They fucking love hearing it. They're like, oh yeah. And like a buddy of mine at work, he dies laughing because I was telling him that Warriors fan in front of me like hugged us. It was like, good job, you guys, like proud of you. Like they were almost like as tearful as everybody else was about them winning that game. That was that's fun. That energy was crazy.
Have you seen the new starting 5 with Domantas Sabonis on Netflix?
We have not. We've been planning this whole little party thing, so we haven't really sat down. But it's on Netflix, huh?
It's on Netflix.
I don't even think we have Netflix right now, to be honest, but I will get it for that specifically. Yeah.
So I saw a part of the first episode, and they talk about that first year's run with him.
Oh yeah.
Because what they did is they followed the players all season last year, from start of training camp to the end of the season. So when they first start the series, it's training camp last year, right after coming off of that playoff series with the Warriors. And
like that. I'm excited to see it. I like that I can actually like follow basketball enough now to know that. I used to not know any of that.
Which is crazy. Both you and your brother have definitely your knowledge.
Yeah.
Talk to your brother about basketball as well, or football, and you both are on it now, especially with the Kings, which is fantastic.
And I'm dialing in my betting.
You are you are definitely. Hey, that's what we should do. We should do a DFS betting show.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. What were you just adjusting?
I put my phone on airplane mode. So
gotcha. So somebody doesn't call in the middle I tried to last one you did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Jasmine, is my son dead? The game last night, they were talking to the GM of the Warriors, Mike Dunleavy. And he's like, what do you think about all the times you've played Sacramento over the last 2 years? He goes, this is our 20th game in the last 2 years against the Warriors. He goes,
I hate it.
He goes, I'm so tired of driving to Sacramento. He goes, I don't want to drive to Sacramento anymore. He goes, 80's a bitch. And he's just talking about, he's like, I have no problem with the Kings. I just hate having to drive there as much as we. Let me ask you this, since we're on camera, you got to call your shot. How many wins this year? And what place do they end up? What seeding do they have?
They get? I could realistically see them getting around that, like a 45 to 50 wins.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that gets them 6th, but 6th sounds right.
6 sounds right to me.
6th seed. Like fine. Like I don't know if that equates to roughly 50 wins, depending on how they go. But I would put more confidence into 6th seed than how many wins. I don't know basketball that well enough, but I would say roughly 6th seed.
Yeah,
is kind of how I feel.
I think though with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, I think my prediction is going to be, I think they're going to eclipse 50. I think they're going to go 51, 52 wins.
Yeah.
I think they'll end up around the 6th seed, 5th or 6th seed.
Yeah.
Which would be fantastic for the season as a whole. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. So for those of people on the who are watching, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to do that?
So go ahead and open up
your that.
Got
my fantastic Nerds clusters that I love so much. Yeah, I'll open this. Not sponsored, but should be.
Sponsored by the podcast Nerds Gummies. Fan favorite of every single person in my family.
Mm-hmm. There's probably something so bad in there.
In where?
Whatever they put in that. Yeah. It's probably so bad, but I love it. Yeah.
It's crack cocaine.
Whatever it is. I love it enough. Oh, it's a puppy. Well, what is this? Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? We are going. That's cool.
So you will be going to a Kings game. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's like soon.
Yes.
October 28th. That's soon.
And by the way, that's why I called the lovely Jasmine this morning, is to make sure that day was free. But I went ahead and I went Monday night. I think you'll be okay. That's awesome. The second game. Yeah. There's 3 tickets. I thought we would take your brother with us. Oh, really? Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
And your brother?
Nice.
Yeah. Second game of the year. I thought it'd be a good chance to see DeMar DeRozan.
That's perfect. Yeah.
So happy birthday.
Well, awesome. I appreciate it.
Hey, by the way, you gotta read the card inside because I laughed.
An off leash kind of day. Hope it's an off leash kind of day.
It's got the dog on front. It says it's an off leash kind of day. That made me laugh.
You guys are probably the same. We're very like dog specific with the off leash thing if possible. Like I love that.
Yeah.
Loki was even now he's still good at it. Like he doesn't, I'm not trying to let him go crazy anymore, but like I could take him to the school up here and let him just hang out. He just does his thing.
We do the same thing with Magic. Yeah. And it's been amazing. She's got to get her zoomies out. So she gets off the leash and she runs 100 miles an hour in circles. Except for, did I tell you what happened?
The skunk.
Yeah. So she got skunked in the face.
Of course.
Which was not fun.
How many days does that smell stick around?
It stuck around for a couple of days. I mean, faintly. Liz did such a good job with scrubbing Magic down the first night, but we still could continue to smell it a little bit on her back.
Yeah.
And then
it's hard with that fur.
Her harness and her collar, I couldn't get it out. I had to do wash after wash after wash. We're like, we gotta get a new one. We're like, okay, it's gone finally, and we pick it up. Still there a little bit.
Yeah.
But she got a direct hit right in the face.
Of course. Yeah.
But she loves it. Off leash, favorite thing.
Yeah.
Now
we can't trust Bella to do that. She'd be gone. She'd be like, peace out. See you guys later. I'll be back.
Gets off leash, just runs and never turns around. Just keeps going.
She might come back for food. She's that smart that she might come back, but she definitely would be like, I'm out. First squirrel she sees. I mean, she almost jumped over our fence the other day to get a squirrel. It's crazy. That's funny.
Anyways, happy birthday.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's huge.
More Kings. Maybe we do a follow-up podcast after we go and see them live.
We definitely need to. Yeah, that's good. You want to know what's funny? I don't know if you remember this. The first question is how far do you see the Kings going this season? Was the first question on my little call. Oh, I kind of like this. This is so interesting one.
What is this? You might have to random topic hour.
Yeah.
You should have a thing pop up on the screen. It's all new random topics.
I honestly, we could just put these on a wheel. I could just wheel it and then pull the card off the wheel.
That idea. A little random wheel of topics.
This one's kind of interesting though. And I mean, I guess it doesn't specifically have to be weird, but weirdest account you follow on Instagram? Just an odd. Should I give you an example?
No, yeah, give me an example. But
I follow this guy.
Yeah.
I think his name is Real Hands.
Okay.
So he's got a deformity where he doesn't have his full arms. He just goes down to the elbow, and then he has one finger on each one, like growing backwards. So he's all elbows, and he does food reviews, and it's like some of the best content on the internet. It's so funny, and he like uses his elbows to like open stuff and put the pizza up and like the whole nine. And then he takes the little finger and he calls them slaps, and he goes, and he like slaps whatever he's eating. It's like a whole thing. It's like, it's one of those dumb internet things.
All right.
But that's like probably the weirdest account I follow. Like, the guy's so funny. I love his shit. He'll do like, he even opened like a game controller. Yeah. And like he'll put it on his face because he uses his face and his elbows and like anything he can to like open stuff. It's oddly entertaining.
All right. I have many.
Yeah.
Right. I have many, probably come up with several. But one that jumps out to mind is I started following this group of people. I get on tangents. I go down a YouTube rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
And there's this group called the TBD, and it's a group of guys from Great Britain over in Europe, and they go to festivals, and they film the festivals, the whole festival. Like they camp there, they do all the stuff at the festivals.
Yeah.
And they literally will put out a YouTube video of like an hour and a half of them at whatever festival, Glastonbury or
interesting
or whatever. It could be one of it's all the big festivals, right? But they're just young and dumb and drink and party at these festivals, and I'm like thoroughly entertained. So I just started following them on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's their Instagram's pretty crazy.
Well, that's cool. That's funny. Yeah.
Just one random one that popped off the top of my mind.
The same thing. I'm like, I don't know many people. And I don't know if this is just like a guy thing, but I'm like, I don't know many people who like go through and get rid of their followers. I was like, who like actively, because like I'm always like, my subscriber count will go down on YouTube. And I'm like, who actively is out there unsubscribing and unfollowing people constantly? Yeah, maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know. Like if I followed you 10 years, like I have people from high school that I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you anymore.
Yeah.
And I still randomly like their story. I'm just like, just tap, fucking skip. You know what I mean? I don't care, but they're still, I don't know why. Maybe it's just like the scrolling addiction thing. I guess you're like, well, you know, why change the time frame of my timeline, I guess. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's weird. I definitely don't do that on YouTube. I'm not going through like actively unsubscribing to people on purpose.
Probably should though. You know, gotta clean the house every once in a while.
Yeah.
What you got?
A few things.
Why don't you spread them out like a fan and I'll pick one?
Oh, okay.
How about that?
That's interesting.
Yeah, see? We'll get a randomness going. Don't place them in order and take them out.
No. I took the basketball one.
Let's go
this yellow,
whatever the heck that is.
Do you technically collect anything? Do you have anything that you'd say is like a collection?
Oh,
you know. Like,
so
do you technically collect stuff?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I have that. I have a watch collection.
Yeah,
that is being saved for both you and your brother.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And so cool. Your brother went to homecoming the other night, and he's done this once before. And he gets all dressed up, and then he goes over and he goes, "All right, let me see the box." And he opens up the box, and he goes, "All right, which watch am I wearing tonight?"
Oh, that's cool.
He's worn the same watch both times, but
he's got a favorite.
Yeah, well, he started putting one on, and like I didn't realize like the links are just way too big, and he's all like this, and the watch is flying around. I'm like, got to adjust that.
Yeah,
but yeah, so collecting the watches,
big lighting change.
That was
sorry, it was just like like glaringly obvious.
Hey, let's dim the mood. No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome to
yeah, Dylan After Dark. No, so I have the watches for both you and your brother.
Yeah, I remember that.
I want to keep collecting. So have you and your brother start participating in that a little more, where like maybe all of us start collecting watches.
Yeah,
like you guys get some, and we'll add them to the boxes and do stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Other than that, no. You? Well, I know what you collect.
Too many things.
You collect a lot of stuff.
I haven't used it in a while.
Here.
You want to do that again?
Yeah, let's do the random picks. I kind of like the random picks.
Yeah, some of them have like multiple things on it. But...
let's go with that color. That one stands out. That one sounds important.
Ooh, what unconventional pet would you have?
What?
Yeah.
Unconventional pet
Like
would you
Mike
have?
Tyson's tiger kind of.
Yeah. Well, there's a running joke in the family that I am not afraid to fight a bear or a shark, right? So a bear might be a nice unconventional pet because it would freak the rest of the family out. No. Gabby and I have an ongoing joke about me
About
fighting
the bear.
bears.
Yeah.
No, if I had one, this is going to sound silly, but my favorite animal has always been a penguin
Yeah.
or a koala bear.
Oh, a koala
So
would be cool.
I'd love to have one of the two, but to have a little penguin,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, how cool would it be to have like a
Little penguin
ice
sanctuary.
frozen penguin sanctuary in your backyard where you just have a couple of penguins and some water and they're just playing around and
Yeah. That is kind of interesting.
I don't know if it worked though, because I don't know if you've ever been to like Marine World or any of those.
They look sad.
Penguins. They look sad.
They look very
and
sad.
especially like it's in Vallejo, so it's like 90 degrees, and these penguins are like suffering. They're not sweating, and they're like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah,
but
I strangely like. I don't know if I would own it as a pet, but I like the people who do like the hawk training. Because like you can teach it to like attack people. Yeah. Like it's almost like a video game, like a wizard or something, where you like point and the hawk would go to attack somebody or grab something for you or so, you know what I mean? Like that'd be kind of cool. I don't know about it like running around the house. Maybe if it was like that, it'd probably be more of like
take it one step further. What about like those pigeons? Carrier pigeons, that like transfer notes back and forth. First of all, amazing.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would it be?
If I'm gonna do that though, I'd rather just have an owl like Harry Potter.
I know, but how cool would it be if I could send you like little notes tied up in a little scroll?
Yeah.
With a pigeon, like from my house to your house. It just like comes over here, lands.
Yeah.
You're like reading the little
taps on
scroll.
the window.
Yeah, it's all,
yeah.
You pick it up, the little scroll. You're like. And then you like write something back, put it in the pigeon's mouth, flies it back to my house.
For sure. That's hilarious.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
When we have cell phones.
Yeah.
But it would be cool.
Do it just for the hell of it. You're like,
but it'd be so much fun.
Do it just because you can.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt anything, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't take any electricity.
No.
Like it does, you know what I mean? You're not wasting any resources. It's just a pigeon.
Right? What if, for heaven's sakes, there's like a solar surge and knocks out all the power.
We need our pigeons.
And we don't have pigeons ready to go. How are we going to communicate with each other?
Stupid. Stupid. That's so funny.
What do you want to do? You want to do one more?
Any type of like concert experience that you remember? Because concerts are a big thing with us specifically. So like, is there anything within the span that you specifically, because like the other day seeing Weezer with Jacob, I will remember that concert for sure, because there was like a story. They had like there was a thing, like they didn't just go up and play and then peace out. Like it's a lot of like festivals and stuff. Is there anything that stands out?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you and I have talked about this before, but and we could do a whole podcast on just concerts that I've been to.
Yeah.
But I think last calculations, just the Smashing Pumpkins is at 31.
Yeah.
And Incubus is at 24.
That's crazy.
That's just those two bands alone, right? Yeah. So let's just put those to the side.
Well, and I know now.
I've been Incubus with
Incubus
you.
with me, I'm definitely over double digits.
You're in the
like
10, 12.
I think I'm almost to 15, I think, which is crazy.
Right.
But I know I'm pretty damn close because I think I've seen them at Shoreline at least 5 times.
I think
4 or 5 times.
Together, you and I have probably seen them 8 to 10 times.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know?
It's
or with your mom, but there's been so many.
Yeah.
But if you take those two out, I've talked about this with you before, but I'll briefly touch on it since we're on the pod.
Yeah.
My favorite concert of all time, the one that sticks out to me, and I'll never forget it, is Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah.
1995 Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah.
One of the greatest shows I've ever seen. And I feel lucky that I was able to see Pink Floyd when they were still touring together.
Oh yeah.
As a whole.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that's a legendary all-time band, and it lived up to all the billing. It was
Yeah.
One of the most amazing shows I've ever seen. That's the show I think I told you where they had a giant disco ball come out in the middle of Oakland Coliseum and it was just spinning around and yeah. I was like wowed by all that. Let's just say that. But
he was Pink Floyd level
wowed. Pink Floyd level wowed. But it was one of those, this is the back in the days in 95 where you would go to a concert. You don't really experience this as much as our generation did, but you'd go to the concert in the Bay Area and you would make a day of it. And a lot of people would go to Haight-Ashbury beforehand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you would walk in Haight-Ashbury and, you know, do that whole thing before you go to a show. So
yeah,
that's one of the tops. There's two fall right behind that. I'll make it quick. One was the Tibetan Freedom Festival.
Wow.
I think I've told you about that. I've shown Jacob highlights from that show. Yeah. It was 3 days at Golden Gate Park. You camped there.
Yeah.
And it was every band known to man was at that show for the 3 days.
Oh, okay.
One night I saw, one night's billing was Smashing Pumpkins, Rage Against the Machine, Beastie Boys, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Like it was just, that was one night. Like,
yeah.
There was so many, went on for 3 days, 200,000+ people there.
Yeah.
So that was a crazy show. And then I saw the Pumpkins at the end of Haight-Ashbury when Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness came out, and I got special tickets to a private show.
Oh.
And they did both albums in their entirety, and it was literally on Haight-Ashbury at the end of the street. At the end,
yeah, like they had shut off the street, and they're like,
well, no,
the stage was there.
It was at some gymnasium.
Oh, okay.
But it was kind of an intimate. But this is before the album released, and that album is gone multi-platinum.
Yeah,
right.
It's huge.
And you got to hear it all before it actually got released. So
yeah.
Anyways, those 3 shows. But the Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
I did get to see half of Led Zeppelin as well. Saw Jimmy Page and Robert Plant.
Oh, okay.
Which was great too.
That's funny. I've seen half the Beatles, but not together.
And then yeah, exactly. Yeah, you do it at a certain age, but and then tied into you. I don't know why this one always pops up, but you and I see an Incubus at Hard Rock.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was so much fun. It was one of my favorite Incubus ones, and I don't know what it was. Maybe that we got the lower tickets. Remember we got those?
We had like almost the whole row to ourselves.
We had the whole row. They awesome. Like moved us all the way down to the floor, which was crazy. But
that was a good show.
That show was a banger after banger after banger, and we were in Vegas, and that was one of those memories with my son I'll never forget. Like, so as many times as I've seen Incubus, that's at the top of the list. That was a really good show.
Which is funny because that one's high up there for me, but the other one would be Shoreline, where we sat like real close. You know what I mean? Like that was another one that was like amazing. Like I think I've only maybe seen them once where I was like, kind of just like a meh kind of thing. But no, every time we see them, it's amazing. I love that.
What about you? What one concert sticks out in your head?
Oh, there's the few that I remember that are like the big ones is I did Imagine Dragons by myself. I just went. Like it was just me, like at the Golden One Center. So that was cool. Paul McCartney's probably up there too. Because that was a really good. Well, and then it was night 2, but it was the first.
That was in Vegas, right, with your mom?
No, it was here.
Oh, okay.
At the Golden One Center's opening concert.
Of the Golden Center.
Yeah. So they did like, I think it was like October, like 11th and 12th or something stupid like that. We went on the 12th. So it was technically night 2, but that was the first event they had ever done there.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that a lot. Carter was with us.
Yeah.
Carter went with us to that.
The one show that's always eluded me is for some reason, if I had an order of favorite bands, Pumpkins, Incubus, but third is Foo Fighters, and I've never seen the Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it's just the weird random. Not that I haven't tried.
Yeah, just hasn't happened.
Yeah, I saw Nirvana, but I haven't seen the Foo Fighters. And your brother has become such a big Foo Fighters fan, and I know you'd probably love to see him. And Liz, and I would love to go see the Foo Fighters. It's just like for some reason it always eludes me.
Yeah,
in some weird way.
You know what I want to start doing? We were just talking about this. I think once a year I don't know how many people we would need to get together, but we need to get a big group of us once a year to agree on a concert.
Yes.
And then we just all split a box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think the box is like 10 or 12 people.
Yeah.
So if you split the, you know what I mean, between all of you and like,
just to have those connects, I don't anymore.
Yeah, I know. I would. That was the
We
best.
saw Weezer in a box.
Oh, really?
Last, Liz, Ashley, Jacob, and I. And what's funny is, so Jacob,
he's seen Weezer twice now.
Yeah. So hold on.
For real? I didn't know that.
Your brother.
I didn't know he had seen them already. That's crazy.
Was so adamant on going to see Weezer this time around because that's like his favorite band now, right?
Yeah.
But he was telling Liz and I, he was like, I gotta see Weezer. I've never seen him before. And we're like, dude, you went 2 years ago with us.
That's so funny.
Sat in the box with Ashley and I, and you saw Weezer. And I think in a weird way, that first concert is what made him a big Weezer fan.
Yeah,
probably. Because he saw it, it stuck in his head.
Yeah.
And Liz and I forever, he's like, I guess I did.
That's so funny.
And he was like doubting us, and we're like, dude, you were there.
You were there.
Then like Facebook memories popped up, and it's like us at the show, and I'm like, hilarious. Hey, dude, you went and saw Weezer, but he didn't. One of the crazy things about that age when you go to shows, is you don't quite get it until you get a little bit older.
Yeah.
And I think just the transition, he probably went at 14, 15, 13. Yeah, maybe like 12 to 17.
Yeah, that's a pretty big.
Like you're like you said the other night, like he knew every song.
Yeah,
he was
every song, right. Even ones that I was like, I didn't even know, I've never known this existed ever, and he knew every line. I was like, oh my god, yeah.
He fell asleep the first show.
Oh, he fell. Yeah. That's why he doesn't remember it. He slept the whole time. That's so funny. That's hilarious. No, he had so much fun. It was really cool, and it was funny because even Mom and him when I rolled up, they're like, "Where's Jasmine?" And I'm like, "It's just him and I."
Yeah.
I was like, "We're just the two of us are just going. We're mobbing out there."
That's
and
awesome.
then we were lower bowl, like a little bit down, dead center. So it was like it was just perfect. We got to see everything, and they killed it. The funniest thing ever though is the Blue album. Obviously, they played it in its entirety, but at the end, they did a couple songs before. Like the journey to the Blue Planet was like other songs and stuff. They'd start the Blue album, they go all the way through it, they play Say It Ain't So. 30% of the crowd left. I shit you not. Like there's 3 songs.
Wait a minute. Say it again.
They played the Blue album.
Yes.
When they hit Say It Ain't So, which is like the 4th to last song.
Yes.
Like 2 or 3 songs.
People are like, I've heard all.
Once it played and they finished Say It Ain't So, 30% of the people in the Gold One Center left. I shit you not. It was. Yeah, everyone was like, we're out. It was only like 10:30.
Hold on.
It was a pretty quick night. But
first of all, you should edit in right here in your video, like the video you sent me of the rocket ship coming up.
Yeah.
You should put that in for the viewers. No, totally just dawned on me. What might have been a better Incubus because of the song, the way they did it, you just said with Weezer. I just thought of this might have been our trip to LA last year. That might have been the Vegas trip. That was so amazing.
The Hollywood Bowl
was so amazing. But remember, they played the whole album in its entirety, and then it gets to the last song, Aqua's Transmission.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, okay, Lizzo comes out, and they do this whole thing. And you're like, oh, the song's over. And he's like, nope, all right, now we're going to party.
Yeah.
He's all, now we're going, and we got the next 6, 7 jams in a row. And like they played banger after banger after banger. But you listen to the whole album, right?
Weezer just did that flipped.
They just did it flipped. They just played all of them first and then went blue at the end.
So like the story was they needed to save the planet. So they shoot off into space. And
Jacob told me the whole story. I'm like, they had a story?
Like the ship breaks. They have to go get all the pieces. So like as they're singing, it's very like the visuals behind, like there's stuff going on. And then when they reach the Blue Planet, they're like, we did it. We're here. And then they start playing the album, and it starts with My Name is Jonas. So when they get there, they're instantly like, mine it, and it just blew up. Like it just exploded, and everyone was like flipping out for the whole, because everyone assumed they were going to come out and play the Blue album right off the jump.
Yeah.
But I've gone to enough concerts to know that you just Google Weezer setlist FM and just pull up the set list. So me and Jacob all night, he's like, what song's next? And we were like going through it. That's how I knew. I didn't know after Say It Ain't So that there was like 3 more songs.
He said one of his favorites was at the show was Island in the Sun.
Oh, it was super cool. They
He
had
said
like
the
the
background-
SpongeBob island with
Yeah, he
like
said
the sun
background
in the
was really
background.
cool,
I'll
and
show you the photo. It was really cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah, Island in the Sun was a
But
fun
yeah,
one.
no, our that Incubus trip actually might have topped Vegas.
You're right. The Hollywood Bowl tops the Vegas one. I
That
forgot
was-
that we did that. That
That
was
was
a lot of
insanely
fun.
cool.
And we had Jacob,
We had Jacob,
and it was a cool trip. Yeah, that was fun.
Being at the Hollywood Bowl was interesting.
Lizzo coming out, fresh controversy. It was great. I had no idea.
She did fantastic.
She did great. I mean, that's what she does. If anything, the respect goes towards the flute playing at the very end of the day. Like I know she can do that like a motherfucker.
Jamming
So
a little flute.
yeah. Well, we can wrap it up. I don't know where we're at like time wise, but it's all right. Perfect. Look at that. All
Sweet.
Good.
Do
So
this again.
I think it's officially just Dylan +1.
All right.
I think Dylan +1's the way to go.
I like it. I think you should.
We get a little intro video. Exit
I think you should
video.
get everybody.
Do
it with Liz. Get Ashley.
Everybody.
Get Lily. Get just grab all your friends. Grab your mom. Grab Jacob.
I'm hopefully filming one with Jacob probably today.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see what's going on.
I should ask him about the same stuff. See what he says.
Yeah, similar stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up the other Weezer concert for sure. That is so funny.
Bring up the other
I had
Weezer
no idea.
concert.
Well, that's cool, right? Right. Yeah, the pictures. That's so funny. You'd be like, look at this kid. That's so funny.
Well, cool.
This is cool, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It's
Let's
pretty
do it again
simple,
sometime.
Easy. Yeah, we'll get a couple
games coming.
We have a Kings game coming. Well, cool.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you.
There we go. That's
Sweet.
it. That's how it goes.
You got to have some kind of outro.
Oh yeah.